Present arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Left. Face. Forward. March.
Order. Arms.
February 3rd, 1943, the USAT Dorchester was tragically sunk. Of the 902 young men aboard, only 230 survived. Many of those survivors owe their lives to the courage and leadership exhibited by the four heroic chaplains who, in sacrificing their lives, created a unique legacy of brotherhood. Since 1951, the Chapel of the Four Chaplains has spread the message of interfaith cooperation and selfless service, touching the lives of thousands of people across this great country. Thousands of Four Chaplains interfaith memorial services will be held across the nation on or near February 3rd. This service is a tribute to those courageous chaplains and the 672 brave young men who lost their lives on that fateful night. Further, this service honors all who have served and whose courage and faith have sustained our country. It is imperative that we teach our children and youth about these great events and great sacrifices, for young people are our future. It is vital for them to understand what selfless service on behalf of others can accomplish. Bow our heads in prayer. We come here together again, O Lord, in the quiet and secure sanctuary of our fellowship. Help us to leave the tensions and irritations of the world outside the outer door. Forgive us our failures, our pardons, and our neglects. Cleanse our hearts and revive our weary spirits. Bring together our scattered thoughts and help us to recall our victories for our own encouragement. Show us ways to reach out to each other in the true spirit of brotherly love, to strengthen the precious bonds of our fellowship. Grant us peace within and between ourselves. Help us to nurture each other and to promote the love and harmony so essential to us all. We dedicate this time together to you and thank you for your continuing blessings. Amen. At 12:30 a.m. on February 3rd, 1943, the bell in the troop ship USAT Dorchester rang twice and never sounded again. USAT Dorchester was torpedoed by an enemy submarine, and 672 young men paid a supreme sacrifice. Included in that 672 were 4 men of God: a rabbi, a Roman Catholic priest, a Methodist minister, and a Dutch Reformed minister, all Army chaplains. These 4 chaplains gave their life jacket to save 4 soldiers, and in so doing gave up their only means of survival. They were last seen on the deck of the ship with their arms linked together and their heads bowed in prayer as they went to their watery graves in the North Atlantic off the coast of Greenland. Each chaplain received the Purple Heart and Distinguished Service Cross posthumously. At this time, a candle will be lit for each of the 4 chaplains as their biographies are read.
I light this candle in memory of Chaplain Clark V. Poling, Dutch Reformed. Clark V. Poling was the youngest of the 4 chaplains and the 7th generation in his family to be ordained in the Dutch Reformed Church. When war came, he was anxious to go, but not as a chaplain. I'm not going to hide behind the church in some safe office out of the firing line, he told his father. The elder Poling replied, "Don't you know that the chaplains have the highest mortality rate of all? As a chaplain, you'll have the best chance in the world to be killed. You just can't carry a gun to kill anyone yourself." So Clark Poling left his pastorate in Schenectady, New York, and enlisted as a chaplain. Just before he left the active duty, Clark asked his father to pray for him, not for his safe return, that wouldn't be fair, but just pray for him that he shall do his duty. and have the strength, courage, and understanding of men. Just pray that I shall be adequate. Poling began active duty on June 10, 1942, and served until February 3, 1943.
Candle in memory of Chaplain George L. Fox, Methodist minister. George L. Fox, the oldest of the four, knew all about war. Lying about his age, in 1970 he enlisted into the Army as a medical corps assistant. He won a Silver Star for rescuing a wounded soldier from a battlefield with poison gas, the Croix de Guerre for outstanding bravery in an artillery barrage, and the Purple Heart for wounds. A resident of Vermont, he was successful. He was a successful accountant, family man, and he heard God's call to the ministry. Fox went back to school and later was ordained into the Methodist denomination. When war came, he once again enlisted, telling his wife, "I've got to go. I know from experience what our boys are about to face. They need me." Fox began active duty on August 8, 1942, and served until that fateful morning on February 3, 1943.
I light this candle in memory of Chaplain John P. Washington, Roman Catholic priest. John P. Washington grew up poor, scrappy, and determined in the toughest section of Newark, New Jersey. One of 9 children born in an Irish immigrant family, he was blessed with a sunny disposition, a beautiful singing voice, and a love for music. He also loved a good fight and was leader of the South 12th Street Gang, which he was called to the priesthood. He played ball with the boys of the parish, organized sports teams, and when war came along, went with his boys into the army. He began active duty on May 9, 1942. His wonderful voice, raised in song and prayer to comfort those around him, could be heard until his final moments on February 3, 1943.
I light this candle in memory of Chaplain Alexander D. Good, Rabbi. Alexander D. Good was both an outstanding athlete and scholar. Following in his father's footsteps, this young man, known for his laughter and love of life, became a rabbi. While studying for his calling, he joined the National Guard and kept up an active membership. The return of the body of the unknown soldier had a profound effect on Good. He attended the ceremonies, choosing to walk the 30 miles rather than drive or take a bus, because he thought it showed more respect. Good married his childhood sweetheart and was serving a Swagini in York, Pennsylvania, when World War II broke out. He served on active duty from August 9, 1942 until February 3, 1943.